Welcome back, Interior Alaska. Becky Hawley here, filling in for Daryl Lewis with your Saturday sports. We have a busy night ahead of us, so let's get started. First up, day 3 of the Bonspiel. The Bonspiel is winding down, but competition is heating up as curlers at all experience levels are gunning for that championship game tomorrow.
So far, we've had a pretty easy road compared to a lot of the other teams. Some of them have already curled 4 or 5 games, and we've just had the 3 so far. And that's because we've been winning. One thing about curling Bonspiels is as you start losing, you start dropping into a lot more games. So right now we're already in the A final. That'll be tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and so for us, it really is the easy road.
It's fun and it's kind of emotional when you lose, but we try to do our best.
The Bonspiel is still running around the clock. There is live music and dancing tonight at the Fairbanks Curling Club. If you want to have a good time, just go ahead and show up and support your favorite curlers. The final game is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Wild ride for the Dogs last night. What seemed to be a tight game after one period soon turned into a game of domination by our Dogs. The Brown Bears may have had the Dogs' number in the first period, but the floodgates opened after the break, and the Dogs poured on 3 more goals in the second and added salt to the wound by tagging on 1 more goal in the third. The Dogs clearly dominated the game and are so far leading the playoff series against the Kenai Brown Bears.
Well, I definitely think, if we were playing anyone in our division or in the North American Hockey League, I'd hope we'd be confident. I like our team. I like what we've done all season. And, it's a new season now, and all those games don't matter. But at the same point, we know that we've had success against them in the past, and look forward to doing that in the first round.
We have great offensive ability with the Fairbanks line of Linnell Munson and Hajdukovic, and then even Zach Vierling and Tyler Boyd. They all can put the puck away, so it's easy for a defenseman like me. Just move the puck up and then they can put it in.
And talk about an emotional game with ups and downs. Today's Butler VCU game had it all, including heartbreakers as one team learned that their championship run has ended. The game was tight from tip-off, and there were lead changes and game changers throughout this semifinal game between the 2 underdog teams. VCU was a Cinderella story this year, whereas Butler came back to this year's dance with something to prove. Turns out, Cinderella isn't going to the big dance this year, as Butler held on for the win 70-62. Butler will be playing in its 2nd straight championship game.
Well, these guys have played against all the good players on teams from all the major conferences and a lot of the mid-major conferences, so they're not afraid. And we went out there and we outplayed 5 BCS teams we played in the NCAA tournament. So did Butler has done that now. So it just shows when you have a good program and you've got a senior-laden team, you got a chance to win.
The Interior Dog Freight Association held its annual weight poll earlier today. Dogs of all shapes and sizes competed to find out who the strongest canine on the day was. I had the chance to get down there and talk with some of the fans and competitors.
It's a lovely day. I love dogs. I watched the weight pool a couple of weeks ago, and I just love it. Very interesting, and the dogs are great.
It was a bright and oddly warm, feeling 30 degrees this afternoon during the annual weight pool. Fans of all ages came out to watch the strongman of dog competitions today outside of Bentley Mall.
The dogs. I love the dogs. It's great to come out and see how much they can pull and how friendly all the dogs are and the people that are with them. It's really good atmosphere to be at.
The dogs are put into different weight classes, from ultralight, weighing between 25 and 60 pounds, all the way to heavy, weighing in at 125 pounds and up. While some owners compete with their dogs for pure brute strength, others compete to stay in shape.
They're sled dogs, and so this is like cross training that they get to do another activity, and it's just fun to spend time with them, and it's a bonus if they do well as well.
Lucy's dog Brooks, while shy, was strong enough to win the ultra competition today. Other onlookers brought their dogs to the event not to compete, but to get exposure for future endeavors.
We actually had another dog that passed away, but he was in the weight polls, and he did very well. He got 2nd place his last time he pulled, so I'm not sure how we heard about the Interior Freight Dog Association, but we were coming out last year with our other dog and pulling with him.
In all, today saw 17 dogs come raring to go. Well, sort of. Now what's crazy is some of those dogs, even the small one, were pulling upwards of 1,200 pounds on those sleds. And the next weight pull is scheduled for 2 weeks from now. It will be held on April 16th during the outdoor show at the Carlson Center. And that's all I have for you in sports tonight, but stay tuned. Katie will be back with your weather.